Being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. I have no reason to suppose that he, who would take away my liberty, would not, when he had me in his power, take away everything else. Education begins the gentleman, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. Parents wonder why the streams are bitter when they themselves poison the fountain. We are like chameleons, we take our hue and the color of our moral character from those who are around us. I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts. New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed without any other reason, but because they are not common. Reading furnishes the mind only with materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom. Man is not permitted without censure to follow his own thoughts in the search of truth, when they lead him ever so little out of the common road. It is of great use to the sailor to know the length of his line, though he cannot with it fathom all the depths of the ocean. Truths are not the better nor the worse for their obviousness or difficulty, but their value is to be measured by their usefulness and tendency. There are some men of one, some but of two syllogisms, and no more, and others that can but advance one step farther. Virtue is harder to be got than knowledge of the world, and, if lost in a young man, is seldom recovered. I think I may say that of all the men we meet with, 9 parts of 10 are what they are, good or evil, useful or not, by their education. I must confess, by death here, I can understand nothing but a ceasing to be, the losing of all actions of life and sense. It being by him removed from the common state nature hath placed it in, it hath by this labor something annexed to it that excludes the common right of other men. Man can never be obliged in conscience to submit to any power, unless he can be satisfied who is the person who has a right to exercise that power over him. A law cannot give to bills that intrinsic value, which the universal consent of mankind has annexed to silver and gold.